And as you were talking a little bit about the stats, is so many podcast people, podcast hosts, whatever you want to call them at this point, so many of them fail after 3 episodes, 10 episodes, whatever it is. They have the website, they got the microphone, they got all the photo shoot, everything's looking good, and they've only made it to 10 or 15 episodes, if that. So, with that, why don't you, I think the best way to start off the conversation is to talk a little bit about your background, because it wasn't all peachy for you.
Freedom of working for yourself, but I didn't really know where to go from there. And I just kind of noticed, this is probably like 2015, podcasting. I saw that this was a thing that was going on, and it seemed like there was a demand for services for editing podcasts. And I thought, well, hey, this is my background. Like, why don't I try doing that as a freelancer and see what happens? And that kind of took off, and I was able to transition into fully doing podcast editing for my work. I stopped doing the voiceover stuff, and it was going pretty well. But like I mentioned, without any real business background, I didn't have this grand vision of a business or where I wanted to take it. It was more like, what do we do next? Or we have this challenge. How do we solve that? And now this has happened. What do we do with that? So over the years, it just kind of evolved into what once was just me as a freelancer on my own into an actual company. And the heart surgery, that was in 2018. So that was, looking back, it was challenging at the time, but it's just like everyone has their struggles in life. It's just something you go through and you make it through. So I don't really look on it as a big setback or anything, but it definitely gave me some insight at the time, because my brother works with me in the business full time. And if the worst happened, I didn't want him to lose that opportunity. Like, we had set up this nice life. We were working together. Awesome. So, and that, not just that, but I was going to be out of commission for like at least a few days. Crazy enough, I was working like within a couple of days of having the surgery. But all I said, I wanted to have a resilient business that didn't revolve around me, and it did up until that point, and I had no idea really how to change that.